Yes, Patricia and Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming at you from the privacy, the safety, and the sanctuary of my beloved cousin Lori and her foster child here in North Carolina. At the time of this recording, it is March 18th, 2024, Monday. So, how's it going, everybody? Did we have a safe, happy, St. Patrick's Day yesterday? Did we have a sober St. Patrick's Day yesterday? That's the bigger question, because, sober is safe, more or less, right? So, but at any rate, the topic for today is, plagiarism. Whoa, the big P word. I mean, there's several P words that just shout out to my mind when you think the word P. For me, it's Patricia. And I'm sure there's a few other savory ones, like please. That's the biggest one. But nonetheless, plagiarism. I understand that I'm graced with some copycats out there. Shout out to the copycats. You little freaks, you little psychos, what's the matter with you people? I mean, because, I forget which, YouTube commercial it was, but I loved it because it said, be yourself, because everybody else is taken. Everybody else is taken. And then so, as far as I can tell, when it comes to the illuminated ones, these are your secret skanks of society. And I say secret skanks because instead of building into society, they are helping themselves at society. And so that's what makes them secret skanks. Not only that, a lot of these secret skanks of society are practicing ritualistic satanic worshipers, blah, 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 devil worshipers, the unsavory kind, as if there is any other kind. Because at the end of the day, what makes satanic ritualistic practitioners unsavory is that they ain't got no integrity. So, but, the deal about that is that, you see them out in the media, sure. And, quite frankly, I thought that was just bullshit, really, for the most part. But as I had gone further down the rabbit hole into my own, truth seeking, I've come to, awakening to the fact that, the reason why, if you're psychic or have, noteworthy DNA or noteworthy blood types, why the government is interested in that is because you are a threat. You are a born threat. You are that much of a mega superstar. That's why you pop up on being a targeted individual, whether or not you realize it, because sometimes it's low roast until one day they decide to turn it up on super bake, which is what happened to me when I was first indoctrinated into this hate machine. I was in my early mid-20s, and then for a good couple 2-3 years, good year and a half, 2 years of just high roast. And then it tapered off, and then it would recess, and it would come back every once in a while. until about 2016. Then it would just emerge every once in a while at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Shout out to the Rainies and fuck you to the ones that were participating in all of this zets or something. What's the matter with you guys? Yeah, what, are you, all of you lizards out there? Are all of you just depraved? Are all of you blood-sucking vampires practicing ritualistic spell work on the populace at large over there? And so, yeah, if you, had been privy to my Facebook at that time, I was very vocal about me being heavily targeted at the Texas Renaissance Festival. And then so I speak a bit more freely now because it's not Ren Fair season, and you guys need to be alerted to the atrocities of how they really, I say they, the powers that initiate the gang stalking, which is spearheaded by FEMA, and made happen by private surveillance companies, InfraGard and Citizen Corps. If you'd like to expand your research to validate your own head knowledge, visit targetedjustice.com and let it start from there and expand from there. But as it is, when I was heavily targeted with the gang stalking, you know, otherwise known as group stalking, targeting of the individual through organized criminal ring, which is organized hate crimes. You know, I've been a practicing paramedic, you know, doing my gig. I was very happy with, you know, me and my gurney, and then, you know, getting rest in my downtime, and then practicing my flow arts, you know. But apparently, me just doing my own thing was just an offense to others who wanted to keep me and my greatness squashed down. But whatever, because no matter what space, what pace I am at in my life, I can always learn something anytime, anywhere. I can be standing in the line at the DMV and I will walk away with some new head knowledge, some new pearls of wisdom, because, you know, I always like to read and I'm always learning something. So my cogs in my machine still click, 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 click. So there ain't nothing anybody can do to derail me from that. So when it came to my time of having been railroaded out of my career and profession as a very compassionate, ethical, integrity-filled paramedic, y'all ran me off, bitches. I headed for the hills, you know, just went west and just kept going and going. And then so, but what did happen, notably speaking, with the plagiarism, you know, it was initially Dick Tracy #1 with his pet parasite of a wife, who had bamboozled him, had actually tried killing him with poison, and then anchored her claws into him through pretending that she birthed his child, but really it's not his child. But, you know, with these satanic practicing, ritualistic practitioners with, you know, sex magic is a corner staple of their art. So they often have orgies and then pass around HIV amongst them. They both have HIV. And then so, but, you know, it was like while they were, you know, gang stalking me pretty hard with the targeting and the illegal surveilling. So it was like, you know, at the time I didn't know I was Dick Tracy #1's pocket pet. Because as it is, it turned out he was actually an authentic twin flame of mine. And for a time, we were mirroring each other. And then he had decided to satanically sacrifice me so he can get rich. Even with the money he already had in his back pocket, he wanted more and more. And never mind that it came at the thought of the detriment of somebody else. Dude, for a private investigator, he really sucked because he bought into the lies of the satanic sacrifice circuit. Bitches, none of you guys have integrity, because if you did, you wouldn't be doing all of this gang stalking to begin with. So how on earth can you get mad whenever your lackluster, lackluster, on integrity person just tells you anything. You're stupid to begin with for buying what your colleague says. So don't get mad when your colleague lies to you. You have saddled and surrounded yourselves with people who ain't got no integrity. So how did you expect any one of them to give you integrity when they're not even giving it to themselves in their own lives? I mean, make that make sense. So while this couple was illegally surveilling me, and I ended up becoming a pocket pet to Dick Tracy #1, he was privy to all of my life aspects. So, I mean, if you couldn't figure out me, I'm based on your own volition, that's your own damn fault. Nobody, people lied to you, yes, but had you had integrity, had you just been in control of your own noggin, you wouldn't have been duped out of your spot. I mean, because, let's face it, I was in the trenches, still am in the trenches, and me being on my zenith, that was kicked out from underneath me. And then you judged me for the hovel that your colleagues had rustled me into. I mean, stupid as fuck. All you had to do was just fucking talk to me, dumbass. But that ship has long been sailed. And then there was his wife, just getting really jealous and everything. Bitch, if you had lived ethically, you would never have positioned yourself like that, and you would have chosen a man that was there to honor you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Because as it is, whenever we allow others to treat us in unsavory positions and you stay there for it, you taught somebody how to treat you. So it's nobody's fault but your own. Because if you don't like it, just get up out of Dodge. You can give it a wrangle, sure, if it works out for you. But if it doesn't, you're the dumbass for staying in it, hon. I had to learn that too, so I speak from experience. I used to be the dumbass that would get emotionally abused, psychologically abused by an ex-boyfriend, and there I was, just wanting all the lies to be true, not thinking that they were lies, but they were lies, and then that was my own damn fault. So I can say that from experience. Then, whenever I married Timothy Regali, well, shit, I had children with this man. And then so it becomes a different dynamic, sure, whenever you're married with children. But as it is, finally broke free. And apparently, even though I broke free, him and his mom became obsessed with my pussy. My pussy. To the point where they're like, nobody can go near it. Nobody can even have sight of it. Nobody can even know it's there. I'm all like, why are you concerned with my coochie cat after all this time? Y'all are fucked in the head. And Norman Bates, Tim, you're Norman Bates. I had never realized you were fucking Norman Bates, but I should have known it all along because there were red alert flags, but whatever. And then so, now mind you, all these people I'm speaking of within the context of my timeline and my experiences as being a heavily targeted individual, they were all gang stalkers. Fucking Barbara Regali, Norman Bates' mom, Timothy Regali's mom, was the boo thing of FEMA. And moreover than that, they were harvesting my energy, building empires off my energy. But then when I finally woke up, pulled my energy back, all their shit's now crumbling around them. And then so, but Dick Tracy, #1, being hired by Barbara and all, man, that dumbass believed all those fool-ass bitch lies, man, without even doing an ethical shakedown himself to even have a conversation with me. So nonetheless, then what I'm looking at is this plagiarism that was happening to me. So not only did these fool asses run me out of a career, run me out of a home, because you only have so much energy that you can take on the constant onslaught of all of this sideswiping that they send these fool ass government grubbers, these flying flunky monkeys to run game at you. So the only thing that I could do was just, keep one foot in front of the other and do my best to maintain. Meanwhile, I was being hit with directed energy weapons. So fast forward, whenever I, fled Houston and such, these assholes were still hacking my electronic devices. So when they're electronically hacking my devices, they stole my electronic creativity and decided to parade it as their own. Hence, it was like, you know what? They railroaded me out of everything, didn't even want me to have a job, and didn't even want me to build intimate relationships, which was fine because I have a lot of fun on my own. I mean, I entertain myself for fucking hours without even turning on the porn machine because I really don't watch it anymore. I'm bored with it. So why? Plus, life of celibacy treated me really well. No headaches. And so, so here they are, plagiarizing my creative contents. And then plagiarizing my creative content. I'm going to say that again. Plagiarizing my creative content. And then so not only were they plagiarizing my content by stealing it from me, this psycho witch over here, shout out to Pet Parasite, never met you in my life, never really cared to. All I ever wish for you is for you to find your own alignment, prosperity, and the divinity of the Most High. And I pray forgiveness upon you. It's like, whatever, honey. But I understand that you really just plagiarized me, my persona, my characteristics, and but then talk shit on me. But yet there you are, still plagiarizing my own persona, my essence, So again, it's a lot healthier when you're inspired rather than trying to plagiarize. It makes you psycho there, because if you were to say act inspired, you'd be like, yeah, Chief Little Flower, she's cool. I like some of the things she does, pretty dope. So, I had learned some of my craft from her. That's giving due credit. That's, being inspired, but it's a whole other thing that makes it psychotic whenever you're like, that fucking bitch, blah, 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 blah. And they turn around and steal this shit from her and then parade it as your own. That's what makes you psychotic, my love. And then she's really Looney Tunes, dude. And then, don't even get me started on Dick Tracy number 2's wife. They both collaborated to kill me. So what I had here was a host of families that were leached onto me. They each, found a little titty on me and decided to suckle me all till I became a prune because they were energy harvesting me. So it was kind of like whenever the Most High was like, hey, this is your divine counterpart. This is my gift to you. I was assigned to him at that time. And, he was like, no, fuck that. Cause it was kind of like, oh, look. And I'm all like, bitch, they railroaded me here. I had plans to get my dental disposition, reconciled, but, ain't got no job anymore. That your people did. And, at all blase is what they say, right? And then okay. And then fucking his parasite, after all of their illegal surveilling of me, she gets jealous, runs spell work on him and he runs spell work on her. But then he, instead of coming to say hello to me, he just went straight to spell work. Straight to spell work. I'm like, that's how you handle meeting women, go straight to spell work? Really? Oh my God, no wonder your life is a mess. And then but when it came to plagiarizing my work, it was like, not only have they derailed my life, had illegally surveyed me. So any person of authentic meetings, they would run off or then bribe to stay away from me. Fuck you for everybody who took bribes on coming after me, because none of it was ever going to work in your favor. It was all divine clickbait, honey. Because while these assholes think they were stealing from me, what God was doing was just really using their own method of madness by giving them enough rope to hang themselves with, they cleared themselves out of my path. So thank you for all the hardships, because, you know, I did become better for it. And I dare you to become better for all the shit that you've done to me by enduring it yourself. Oh my God, you're going to love being homeless. You're going to enjoy it when your car just craps out and, you know, and then you get railed by your own kind who probably have been dispatched to fucking now gang stalk you because you lit up your grid with coming after me. Now, everybody that you dispatched to come sideways at me, you fucked them really hard because now their karma and judgment day is upon all you little rat bastards. So some of the creative brain children that have been plagiarized from me. Number one, Jeff Weed I had written him a love letter, so to speak. It was like a 30-page spiral notebook front and back. And then I gave it to him under the condition he made a copy of it and gave it to me. And then he just done his psychotic gaslighting. It was like, that was the meanest record, the meanest letter ever, and blah, 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 blah. No, you can't have a copy of it. Meanwhile, I believe they have that published. So in that book, the biggest notation on there, because I tried to help him rise up above being a meth addict. I did take a very, I took a sense of decorum towards it. And, you know, no matter what kind of decorum I have placed around it, he still was like, fuck you. And I'm all like, okay. But it was a very well-written love letter, so to speak. And so, but the biggest portion on that, that I did say is that royalty, what true royalty doesn't get served by humanity. True royalty is in service to humanity. It's in there. And then so part of the other plagiarized creative brain children of mine was that on my last video, I didn't really talk about it, but I'll put it on this video, a picture. It was it's a black and white picture, and it was like that black and white picture was digitally color painted to be blue. So, but that particular picture, the origin of that, I'm not going to tell you. Unless you know, then you know, but anybody who wants to approach me about my creative brain children, honey, I can recreate that for you in front of you. Yes, I can. But I will say this. A lot of my digital pictures that I have decoded, that were my creative brain children, I can replicate that in front of you. So the White Iron Maiden, that was my brainchild. Because from that picture, I decoded the White Iron Maiden. But it's not, if you've seen it, this is Area 51 bullshit, honey. And then so, yeah, that particular picture was, taken by somebody else who said he was taking it of an angel that was relegated to during biblical times. And then so I'm pretty good with decoding visual images. So I looked at it. I said, I see the information that's there. Let me see what I can do with that. So, and, you know, like I said, I'll just keep it there for now because what held my attention was that biblical time angel. So, but when you look at it, you're like, okay. Because I think that was supposed to be part of a spaceship or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I have more background data on that, but why would I share it? But for anybody who has been exposed to my work and you have seen that, then you know what I'm speaking about. And within context of that particular project, that wasn't the only noteworthy decoding there. There is a crocodile somewhere there. At the door of the steeple, bitch. And then, if you're like looking at it over toward the left over here, is like, it's like a militia. And then up toward the front, there's, 2 gentlemen, looks like they're wearing zoot suits, if you will. And then if you look closer, there's actually a 3rd person there with them hiding behind the 2 gentlemen wearing the zoot suits. It is a girl. But then, you know, whenever I first was looking at them, I'm like, what's he doing? He's pissing. So one of the gentlemen wearing the zoot suits is pissing. And so my interpretation of that was, pissing away liberty squatting, you know, whatever militia means, such as gang stalking, because this is a militia, people. Targeting of the individual. For all of you fuckers that go out and do that, that's a militia. And whenever the America happens to go into martial law, guess who gets to be king? And Forgotten Citizen Corps, spearheaded by FEMA. And right now they're like at about 900 erected FEMA prison camps that the media was not allowed to go into and investigate. So that was the last information I had while I was back in Washington. I'd have to research it again to update that. But anybody could do it just by going to, you know, being accountable for their own information. Visit targetedjustice.com and let your sojourn begin there. But with regards to my plagiarized work, I decoded that. That is mine. And then so I understand they either say that whatever company wanted to patent it, but really I understand that that wasn't able to go through. But if you patent it, that's my work, bitches. So don't expect it to prosper. Don't expect any of you to prosper knowing that shit has been lifted. So, you know what? Do what you want. At the end of the day, the Most High is on the throne, and he will sucker punch everybody for stealing from his supper table. So, whatever. But one of the other noteworthy images that were stolen from me, one of my creative brain children, is that I learned that. So, here's one of the pearls of wisdom I've mentioned in another video. I don't know if it's still public, because, you know, these rat bastards will go in, change my thumbnails on my fucking videos, choose ones that make me look so masculine, like, whatever. And then do the, I'll like I always put all my comments on lockdown, and then like 2 and 3 times I'm like, oh look, a comment, how nice. So who hacked my shit? And I gotta put it back on no comments again. So what's up with that? I see you. Nonetheless, if you take a picture of an environment and take a picture of it in a reflection, I got this from, Ghost Adventures crew. Shout out to you guys. I'm one of y'all's biggest fans for like years. I've been there from day one. You guys rock the bar. So yeah, but I got this method from Ghost Adventures crew that if you take a picture in the reflection of something, your chances of turning up paranormal anomalies are greater. So whenever I was at this, homeless mission back in Everett, I had taken a picture of one of the personnel. She was sitting in a chair with her foot propped up. And so I took a picture of her, just, you know, out of curiosity on the down low, through the flat panel TV. I don't know if it was LCD, LEDs, plasma, whatever. It was a black mirror at the time. So when I took the picture, of the environment to, you know, catch her. It was amazing. What happened was when I blew up the picture, zoomed in, I got a picture of her foot. And there was no boots. You couldn't see a boot or a shoe, but you could see the fucking toes. The toes. And they were kind of fanned out. I stared at those toes for I don't know how long. But if you guys want to up the ante in paranormal captures, you'd be surprised what you can find out in the public at large. So that's my creative brainchildren. That's my work. So if you see that, you know, the toes of the fucking demon, bitch, that girl, she actually was one of the people working the goddamn mission to the homeless shelters, where they do the gang stalking, the group stalking, all of the horrific and gruesome psychological torment to cause somebody to commit suicide. Not only do you end up at the fucking mission being homeless whenever you are so side-railed and so distraught with life, it's kind of like the coup de grace, the final blow to knock down a targeted individual is demonic. That's because it is demonic, and you know, I actually caught a picture of a fucking demon. They say that Everett was really haunted, and it so is. And yeah, your demons out there in the world, they fucking look just like regular people. And not only do they look like regular people, some of them even act like regular people. I wouldn't have known, and you know what? I'm not going to out her. Not my business. I don't spread gossip and slander and lies and all of that. So it's kind of like all you have to do to protect yourself is to live ethically. If you can live ethically, I promise you, you do a much better chance not surrounding yourself with the fucking demon for reals. Because they're out there and they look just like us. So there's your paranormal trick, and yeah, the demon toes, that's my fucking work. So, but at any rate, that's your plagiarism, and I do believe it's a parasite there that has been running around taking credit for my work. But, you know, could I recreate the Iron Maiden? Yes. Oh yeah, and then the ones with the spider, the humanoid spider, that's mine. And the tableau with the picture of the girl with the energetic, there's a depiction of me that I'm on my knees kind of like praying, and there's this disc underneath me, and they say it looks like a one of those pentagrams, energetic pentagrams around my neck. It's of a star, isn't it? I was going to keep it there for now. That's with the humanoid spider. That is my work. And I could recreate that. Why would I? My electronics are hacked 9 ways from Sunday. I'm not just going to give up my work again. But, you know, if anybody wants to approach me about some general work, we can talk about that, because I'm not a one-shot Johnny, honey. So my working theory is that whatever vibratory frequency you're vibing at as a baseline, if you pick up a camera or a phone, it automatically vibrates at your frequency. So you can take some random shots within the context of a general setting and take another subject whose vibratory frequency is different. So they may or may not catch the ambient energetic beings in the environment, because you have to be at a certain frequency to catch stuff. So that's why I always felt that I get some shit in my stuff on the regular, you know. So, but just because you catch stuff and capture stuff on your visual image file, you gotta decode it sometimes. And so, can you decode it? And if you decode it, can you talk about what's there? I can't. I'm still learning. So, yeah, I'm like, anybody who wants to hit me up for some work on that, we could talk about it. Because what I personally think is that going around to these ancient sites, I'd be very intrigued to see what I pick up. because it's me. It's my genetic signature. And my genetic signature is really dope because I've ascended. And my energy is through the roof, which is why all these rat bastard witches and warlocks really want to energy harvest me. Can't no more, can't no more, can't no more. I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm a divine being. I mean, what does it mean? Not really. It doesn't matter. No, because what it really matters is that how you're treating society, how you're treating the impoverished when they ain't got nothing to give to you in return. So, yeah, chew on that one for a while. Because if you're for the grub down, yeah, you're not going to really get much out of that. Unless, of course, you're inspired to level up because now we're hunkering down on the tail end of the Ides of March. The Ides of March. I mean, what's the Ides of March? Well, you know, Caesar, he got leveled out. And that's what everybody gets who doesn't want to level up. But because the only way to level up right now, I mean, the prescription that's prescribed by the Most High, as me being a messenger, related it to the general populace at large in my other videos. I'm not going to break it down right now. I mean, come on. Yeah, you can either level up or get leveled out. So beware the Ides of March, bitches. With all of you people, all of these communities that bonded and banded together to come after me and still, you know, bully me on YouTube whenever I get fucking on my app. I'm like, you guys are really going for broke. Okay, that's on you. Still, not one person, not one of you motherfuckers have tried to make any amend to any of the belongings that were usurped from me. And what I did was provide an alternate option to help you out with your karma. But, you know, if you just still want to be the grubby grubber gold digger, suit yourself. So, y'all are just rat bastards still trying to crack a fucking piñata that's already been cracked by the Most High, put together by him, so whatever. So all of you people still wanting to play your stupid little mindfuckery psychological games in your Zetzer song of Auschwitz 2.0 by being the goddamn Suicide Squad. Well, whenever it's your turn to feel suicidal, you put yourself there. Until then, may we all have the odds forever in our favor in service to the Most High, because if you're not, well, you really have a chance to level up, because the true prodigal son and prodigal daughter who come home are the true superheroes. We need you guys to blaze the path for the other ones, to be brave, to be courageous, and step out and be service to the light, you know. But if you choose not to, I respect you for your fool-ass decision. But then again, honey, if you stay there, who needs you? We don't need parasites. We need superheroes. And the time to act as a superhero is now. You don't have to cosplay one. You can be the one. At any rate, Patricia and Landon Regali coming at you from the privacy, the safety, and the sanctuary of my cousin Lori and her beautiful home with her super goddaughter here, foster daughter here in North Carolina. Peace out. Bye for now.